Hello, it's great to be here with everyone. My name is Arianna Fanning, and I am the moderator for today's event, Celebrating Emerging Leaders. Here at IFF, I'm the co-leader for IFF's colleague community, NextGen, which is a community for early career professionals in the first 15 years of their career. Outside of NextGen, in my day-to-day role, I'm a business segment leader in the health and biosciences business. I actually joined IFF via DuPont and have been with the company for just over 4 years. I'm very excited to be moderating today's Emerging Talent event. I actually joined DuPont via the Management Leadership Development Program, which was a summer internship program for MBA students in the summer of 2018 and have been with DuPont and IFF ever since. So internships and co-ops are near and dear to my heart, so I'm very excited for this discussion today. Emerging professionals and young leaders are imperative to really work towards building a better, stronger IFF. So looking forward to today's discussion. Today, we are joined by 4 young professionals, an intern to hire, interns, and co-ops, who will introduce themselves in just a minute here. We are also joined by Deb Borg, EVP, Chief Human Resources, DE&I, and Communications Officer here at IFF. Deb, thank you so much for joining us today. As I mentioned, we have our 4 young professionals here with us today who are interested in really learning more from one of IFF's top leaders. Today, we're going to do something a little bit different. We are going to have each of our special guests ask Deb a question, and then Deb, you'll get to ask them a question as a group to themselves. How does that sound?
That sounds fantastic.
Great. Before we start, could you share a little bit about your thoughts on the importance of opportunities for emerging professionals and really the value they bring to IFF?
Absolutely. I'm so excited to be here with everybody and learn a little bit more about the experiences that our interns and co-ops have had. It's a program that is extremely important to IFF's future. It's a really big part of how we build the talent pipeline. We get to meet a number of people through the program. They get to meet us and ascertain if IFF is really a good fit for them for their career long term. So a really, really important program. I myself, like Arianna, started my career as an intern. I did a year-long internship back in Australia in my home country, where I did a year-long internship with General Motors. And it really was a tremendous way to get some practical experience from the academic studies that I had and see how relevant they were, and also to ascertain if this was the career path that I wanted to take. It was a really good check to see, was I on the right track for my career? So I did my year-long internship, went back to school, and then went and worked for General Motors. It was my first job out of school. So it set a really, really strong foundation for me. And therefore, I'm really, really passionate about making sure that we continue this at IFF and use it as a big part of how we generate talent for the future. So very excited to be here.
Great. Thanks, Deb. That was very insightful. I love your comments about getting practical experience through an internship. And I actually did not know that you were an intern at one point as well. That's great. Looking forward to our discussion today. So now we're going to move to Q&A round 1 featuring Megan and Tamiris. I will ask them to introduce themselves and we will begin their Q&A.
I'm Tamiris. I'm a Brazilian girl. I live here in Taubaté and I'm based in Taubaté. It's a manufacturing nurse. I'm actually at the moment working as an HR, a people service, and I'm a law student as well.
Hi, my name is Megan Libisi. I am based in Wilmington, Delaware. I just graduated with my bachelor's in chemical engineering. I joined the company for the first time last summer as a summer intern. So I guess I'm joining Deborah and Arianna in the internship to hire group. And so yeah, I'm actually a new hire in the Pharma Solutions department. I work in R&D, so I worked in the team focused on choline formulated products. And yeah, it's really nice to be here.
What a great diverse group of talent we have. I'm really looking forward to your questions. Megan, what question do you have?
So, hi Deb again. As I've mentioned, I started as an intern at IFF and now I'm a new hire. So I'd really like to know how, what I can do to make sure that I continue to grow and thrive with the company, the size of IFF, sorry.
No, that's great. You are a success story of the internship co-op program now that you're with us full time. So you had a chance to learn a little bit more about IFF, the kind of work that you were going to do through the internship. I think it's really about in this very exciting stage of your career, it's really about building or continuing to build both your expertise, so the technical expertise that you have, and your network. So two resources that I would point you to, your immediate team, I know have been very welcoming and great, and you're really enjoying working with them in the Pharma Solutions Group. Look out on IFF University. It's the house of all of our learning programs, but we've got some really great programs that can teach you also about the other businesses that we have here at IFF, and as well as other skills, both technical skills and soft skills that we have in IFF University. So it's a great resource and lots of different variety of learning through those programs. And the other thing I would recommend is to join one or more of the colleague communities. So we have a number of employee resource groups within IFF, and they're a tremendous way to be connected to other people outside of your immediate work group through professional development experiences, just coming together in community. So I think it's about looking at the opportunities that you have, and there are many here at IFF, to be able to continue to build that expertise and also continue to build your network as you start your career with us. Damaris, I'm excited. You're a lawyer working in HR. It's a really, really common background that we have in HR, and we love that you're with us in the People Services team in Brazil. What question do you have?
It's a pleasure to hear from your expertise, and I would really like to know if, when you were in our position as an intern, could you imagine going so far?
Oh, never. I think I always approached my career with one step at a time. And I was very, very committed to building the expertise set. So am I learning something? Am I able to bring some value to this position? And that led to the next position and then the next position. And I never found when I was in any of the jobs that I really had a very clear view of what it was that I wanted to do. I wouldn't have been able to tell you when I was an intern that I wanted to be the head of HR and communications at a very large company. But as you gain these experiences along the way, different opportunities get put in front of you. So, I was working with a different company and in Australia, in my home country, and I recognized that I really wanted to be a bit closer to the business. I wanted to continue to do HR work. I really, really enjoyed where people and business meet. And wanted to get closer to the business. I was doing it in more of a people services role, like you are in today, and that took me to a great opportunity that the company offered me to go and work in Switzerland and take on a different role. And with every role that I took on, again, I didn't really know what the next one was going to be. What I knew was when I was ready for a change, that feeling was very apparent to me. I was ready for a change. I was ready for the next step. I was ready for something new. But I didn't really know exactly what it was going to be along the way. And so, I think careers are equal part opportunity, and you have to be prepared for the opportunity. You have to be ready to take it on. And also luck. What opportunities are there available to you? And so I've had a tremendous career, but definitely not when I was doing my internship 30 years ago would I have said that I'm going to be sitting in this chair today. So I look forward to where you're going to be 30 years from now, Tamiris. Let me ask you both one question, and I'll open it up to both of you. But we've got, again, Megan with the story of now joining us full-time after an internship, and Tamiris finding her way in the HR team in Nourish in Brazil. What opportunity are there opportunities that you think we can take here at IFF to make the internship experience an even better one?
I can say from the place that I've been and how I am doing my internship here is that we should enjoy what we are actually doing good. That is, giving opportunity to our interns to to do some projects and to improve the things that we are already doing good. I have an example that it was given to me, one project that implement ECQ here in Taubaté, and is one of the things that I most enjoy doing. And I felt part of the company, as I was being very useful for the enterprise. So that's something that make me glad and make me improve my professional skills, I'm pretty sure.
Fantastic. So giving real life projects where you feel that you it's really important to the company that you're working on the project. And that's been a good experience for you and something that you would think that we should continue to do for future interns.
Giving this mentorship to people,
Yeah, that's great. Megan, any feedback you would give about how we can make the internship experience an even better one for our future interns and co-ops?
To be honest, I think I've had one of the best sides of the internship program. I would like to say that. I love the fact that, for example, at our site, we had the opportunity to see other labs. We had the opportunity to see what the other interns were doing in their projects. So we got that explanation, we got the exposure. And I think that's one of the biggest things for me as an intern, especially when you're undergrad. Exposure is really important because you don't really know where you're going next. So exposure and seeing what people do and getting the opportunity to network. For me, my supervisors were really open, supervisors in terms of the person that was supervising me in the lab, for example, was really open and really gave me the opportunity to reach out to people. He asked me questions about where I want to go next, and I told him, and he told me, okay, reach out to this person because you can talk with them and get more info about what to do next, your background and kind of like see where you want to be next. And I feel like that's really important. The only thing that I would say really is that I feel like there should be more of me, people that from your internship get an opportunity within IFF, because I know I love my experience and I know I love the fact that after graduating, I didn't have to go to a company where everything was new to me. And that's really something that's really important, because getting thrown into corporate without having any marks can be quite challenging. And I feel like having the opportunity within a company that you intern with is so much such a better way to get into corporate.
Yeah, you get a head start. You know the company, right? You've got some experience already with the people and the company, and so you know the kind of culture that you're going to go and work in. So it sounds like we can give our supervisors of our interns and co-ops some feedback to say keep connecting our interns and co-ops to other parts of the business and introducing them to other people, helping them build their connections, and then convert more to full-time hires. Great advice. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you. These were great questions. I really enjoyed the discussions around professional development, networking, and really gaining impactful experience along the way. I sometimes like to say we're all just trying to figure out what we want to be when we grow up. We're all lifelong learners and lifelong professionals. So great. Thanks, everyone. Now we're going to move to Q&A, round 2, featuring Cameron and Preeti.
Hi, Deb. It is so nice to see you and talk to you and hear about your experience. I'm Preeti. I'm from India. I've done my bachelor's in chemical engineering, and I'm here to do my master's at Sen Design and Creation program with IFF Izipka. After my second year, I'm doing a technical internship in consumer insights fine fragrance here at IFF Paris. And it has been a wonderful experience with a wonderful team who's guiding me through this experience altogether. And yes, looking forward to our discussion. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Cameron. I'm going into my third year at Rochester Institute of Technology in New York. I'm a chemical engineering major, and I'm currently working at the Rochester Lexington location in New York State. I'm working as a process engineering co-op, and at this plant, we manufacture human and animal probiotics and direct-fed microbials. What advice would you give to an intern like me about building a strong network within the company and the industry as a whole?
I think, Cameron, what I would say is to stay really curious and open-minded, right? So ask a ton of questions. Ask to go and shadow people, see what it is that they're doing. Learn as much as you can. I'd also say to keep connected to what's going on in the industry. So, you're probably listening to things like our earnings call or our investor calls. Listen to our competitors' investors' calls as well. Like, what are they saying? What are they doing? So I think keeping yourself kind of up to speed with what's going on with our competitor set in many different ways that you can do that. Just to see how IFF is doing, and it will bring you some different ideas as well as you do that, right? What could we be doing here? So I would say definitely keep reaching out to people, finding different people to meet with. Stay curious and open-minded. I think that's a big tenet of every stage of career. I think, as Arianna said, we're lifelong learners, but that curiosity will go a very, very long way. And you'll find many willing people. I hope you have already here at IFF. Everybody's very willing to share their experiences, what they do to help you out. It's just a matter of reaching out to them.
That's great advice. Thank you. I've definitely felt that that drive to learn and help the people around us while I've been here. It's been wonderful.
That's fantastic. That's great.
Hi, Deb. So my question, being a fresher at IFF, I wanted to know what, according to you, are some key values or characteristics one must possess to be part of IFF?
Oh, that's a great question. And our SIPCA program that you've been part of is a really, really important cornerstone program for us, a very, very important program in our scent business. I would give you the same advice as Cameron a little bit. So curiosity, I think, is a real tenet that we see in successful people here at IFF through their whole career. Those people that are open-minded and curious, they ask why or why not? Why can't we do something like this? I think you have to be willing to collaborate. It's a very collaborative company. It's a company that thrives on people being empowered and acting like an owner. And to do that, you need to be able to reach out to different parts of the organization. So I'd say collaboration, feeling like an owner or acting like an owner, if you will. And then the last thing I'd say is agility. IFF's a great big company. It's 25,000 people big. And this agility is really, really important. We do have processes and structure, but I think we also do a really nice job of saying, let's put a frame and let people find their way within the frame. And so when you have a great idea, we don't want to stifle the great idea, but that means we do ask our people to be agile, to be able to pivot when things aren't working, to go and try different things. So they would be the things that I would say. And again, all anchored by a continued curiosity and quest to just continue to professionally grow and develop.
I completely agree with you, because being here, like when I go in the different departments, I feel that everybody has so much to share. And every day it's like a new learning. You learn something new every day. And it's been, thank you.
I'm glad you've had that experience. So if you don't mind, let me ask you two a question. You've started to answer it maybe a little bit, but when you go home to your friends, to your family, how do you describe IFF as a place to work?
For me, like I said, every day has been new learning, and like navigating myself through a corporate world as a fresher has been challenging, but also very exciting. So that is something I take back, sometimes talking to your team members or something like that, you build connection, and that's the meaningful connections I'm building here. They have been so great that I would like to extend them out of work too. Like, it's helping me grow every day, every single day. It's like a new thought to my mind. Okay, I can do certain things in certain way. And that's something I share with my friends and family, that they're so open. It's like one family. Everybody is open to share things they learn and give you right advices, connect you with the right people at the right time. It's
great.
been wonderful.
Definitely. What I have to say definitely goes off of what we just heard. I mean, I talk about all of the opportunities I get, how knowledgeable the people I work with are, and how willing they are to share that knowledge. I'm only going into my third year. I don't have an extensive biological background, but everyone here has been so helpful. They're also driven and so knowledgeable. It's great to just be here and to learn.
I think you have found the magic that is IFF, this combination of expertise and passion, and people that really genuinely like spending time with one another. And we're going to use some of your feedback as we think about how do we sell IFF to external candidates. We're going to make sure that we share that with people because I think it is a big part of what makes IFF special. So thank you so much for sharing.
Great. Thanks, everyone. That was fantastic discussion. Really great questions. I really enjoyed hearing how well our interns described our company. Really, I do feel that the culture and people are our strongest asset here at IFF. So thank you all for such insightful, inspiring conversations. I certainly learned a lot myself. I'm so glad we can have this discussion today to celebrate emerging talent and learn from our interns, co-ops, intern to hire, and CHRO. Before we close the call, Deb, do you have any final thoughts that you would like to share for our Celebrating Emerging Talent discussion today?
Well, I had a really great time just learning more about some of the brilliant talent that we've brought into the organization. As I said, it's such an important part of how companies build their pipelines, right? Is through programs like this. And we get to learn a lot from our interns and co-ops. We get to learn a lot about what we could do differently as a company. You see things with a fresh set of eyes. And I hope that your supervisors have been very open to hearing some of the ideas that you've had and be able to implement them. You make our company stronger. And so we very much thank you for the time that you've spent with us at IFF and the time that you have left here at IFF. And we hope that many of you come back and join us full time, as Megan has, and continue on your career professional journey with us. I hope that you've also learned a little bit more about yourselves through the internship and co-op program. It's one thing, at least my experience was the same, that you see things in an academic setting and there's a lot of really great learning, but how do you apply that learning back to a practical workplace? And that's really the value of what these programs do. They give you a head start as you get into your professional career. So I'm glad that you've all had a tremendous experience, and I look forward to seeing much more of you, I hope, and others like you around the organization. But thank you for making our company stronger.
Thanks, Deb. Do any of our emerging leaders have any closing thoughts or closing words?
I guess I can say that it was really a pleasure to meet you, Deb. It's you. I feel like you're a reflection of really what IFF is from my experience so far. Really, a lot of really warm, welcoming people and ready to share and help each other grow. Very friendly, and I love that. So thank you.
Yeah, I want to say thank you, Deb. It's been great hearing your experiences and the advice you have for us because you've been there. You've been there, you've done it, you've gotten through it, and you've moved your way up. So it's great to hear from someone who's been able to do that and hear that success story and gather things that I can try and implement into my own career.
Well, you've all got very, very bright careers ahead of you. The biggest advice I could give you at this stage of career is to not think too far ahead. Your career will continue to emerge and grow. Some people have a really clear view of 20 years from now, I want to be doing this, but this whole curiosity and open-mindedness to what comes in my path along the way, right? We evolve as people along the way. And the biggest thing that you're doing at the moment, and you'll continue to do through your whole career, is to build the expertise set that you have and keep that passion alive, right? Those two things will take you a long way in your career for sure. I can tell you that. So this is just the beginning. And again, I really want to be able to fast forward 30 years and see where you all land, because I have no doubt that it's going to be somewhere fantastic, and hopefully it's here at IFF. 30 years from now, we have a lot of people with more than 30 years experience here at this company. So there's no reason that you can't have a lifelong career here with us as well.